Fortnite fans, and welcome to the 20 drops at Dusty Divot. And with game number 1, no one actually landed at Dusty Divot, so that allowed us to farm up the entire POI. And that resulted in us getting a ton of metal, which in total I got 541 metal just from the POI itself. That's crazy. But we headed over to the Tomato Town to wipe it out. Then our teammate for some reason went to Fatal Fields, and yeah, that did not turn out well for us. Game 2 got a little bit hot, where I killed a few people, but my teammates were slowly dying. I had to go up, I grabbed this one's card, but my other teammate died, so I went to go reboot. And by the time we came back to the POI, they left, so we decided to reboot here. And again, this POI is great for metal, but for wood and brick, it sucks. But we eventually wanted to go to the Tomato Town, and we did not wipe it out. Game 3, one team landed here where I basically got rid of them. Also, there's this nice little vending machine, and it was blue this time, so not useless. Anyways, I was looking in the outskirts, and I found a llama, which was pretty useful. But eventually, we both knew we had to leave. But people found us on the outskirts, so they tried to kill us. I killed one, but the other one was really angry about me killing Gwen, so eventually he found me, beamed the wall, and he got a Pacific Peak, so I couldn't shoot back. Game 4, and I had a weapon and she had a weapon, but she fired faster, so it was just left to my teammate to come collect my card, which eventually he was able to reboot me. Then we head down to Tomato Town, which I noticed we like going to a lot, but his teammate was too much and killed both of us. Game 5, and I didn't have a weapon, but this guy was really wanting me dead, but eventually I got a pistol and was able to kill him. But unfortunately, another team showed up and absolutely executed me, leaving only the Rito as a solo, where he tried to heal up and he tried to get back, but they spotted him near the crate, so they executed him on the spot. Game 6, me and the chicken fought for the chest, but I got the weapon first, where he chickened out and tried to run. But I had a deagle, and I got a nice headshot on him. Then there were some people inside the POI, so we decided to go mess with them. There was 2, then there was 1, and then there was 0, leaving us alone. Then we dabbed our way down to Tomato Town, where we tried to bring the shopping cart up, but some angry employees tried to explode us, but eventually the cart got returned to us. Then we tried to go to the motel, but I first had to go to the mines, where I got a gold scar. Then we checked into it, and then slowly the clerk checked us out. Game 7, and something I like to do, and for my teammate, is we always land on top where the old Dusty used to be. It had a lot of good loot, but we had to deal with a few people in Dust because, yeah, that's supposed to be what happens. Then Cleveland showed up to revenge the chicken from last game. But as soon as we killed both of them, another team shows up on the cliffside where, yeah, that does not turn out too well for us because they have the vantage point. Game 8, and we had very much a bad drop in. So we decided to leave, and also the stone rocks, those are a thing. I need to mention those before too late. Then we headed to the Tomato Town, and then we rotated back around to go to Grandma's house, where we found a gold vending machine, which we didn't actually get anything out of, but it was really cool to see. Then we headed over to Retail Row because it seemed like Circle was ending there, which my guess was actually kind of correct because End Circle was really at Retail Row. But there was a lot of people in high ground, and I kept missing stuff. My teammate went down, with the enemy placing a surprise while getting myself killed with the rocket. Game 9, and I got a trap off spawn, but I also got something else off spawn. A gold scar, which was the only entertaining thing to happen at Dusty here, until we eventually wanted to go to Fatal Fields where we found these people where they jumped us. But this guy was smart and placed a trap when I killed him, but that wasn't enough to kill both of us. And eventually we were just chilling in the prison until a team found us hiding in the halls. And I got one, but then the other one eventually got our teammate. Game 10, and I found a llama on top of Dusty Divot here. And that was only the good thing here, because there was a lot of people just staying here. But one of the teams eventually knocked my teammate. I told my teammate to come in, and then the enemy also heard me, so he followed pursuit, and I killed him with a trap. And then a lot more people just proceeded to go around the area of Dusty Divot, so we proceeded to just kill all of them. Eventually we had to leave because Circle, but there was only a few people left, around 9. So we decided to kill a lot more people, leaving only 2 people left that we had to find, and they were cowards and hiding. So we found them and absolutely grenaded on them, getting us our first win of Dusty Divot. Game 11, and I gotta mention the ice cream truck. This was here in the original POI, which is really nice. It also has a ton of health, not the same amount, but it's nice that they at least acknowledged that it existed. But the chest, though, was just a basic one, but that was like how it was in the original days. Eventually, we headed over to the Tilted Towers, where we just proceeded to kill a few bots, allowing us to just kind of do whatever, and allowed us to goof off, where I got a shopping cart, making me think of this stupid ass segment called American Time. And what's more American than just gunning down people for basically anything like your Walmart card? And yeah, that's America. Game 12 and Dusty was extremely packed, so it's not a surprise that most of us died and we all had to be rebooted. Which, after we got rebooted, we all proceeded to die except one of us, meaning we had to get rebooted again. Which, this time, it didn't actually go that bad, and we kind of just got a ton of metal again. Then we headed over to Salty, where we dealt with some people, and then we decided, you know what would be fun? Hiding in the basement with a rift. And we wanted to set up a trap for people, but eventually, that trap kind of sucked, so it was just the Rito, and then, yeah, you tried to fight them, and they got boxed in and got trap killed. Game 13, I rushed immediately in after getting some loot, which is not too good to do, but this time all of them were bots, so I was able to do that. After that, we kind of just chilled, but one of our teammates decided to run off by himself, and basically kind of got himself killed up near Salty Towers, so we went over and got his reboot. But then another team approaches and killed my teammate while in the trench there. But I got the card and was able to reboot them. Then it was final circle at Pleasant Park. Both of my teammates are dead, so it was just up to me, which, yeah, did not turn out well. Game 14, I was on the King of the Hill, and I basically tried to kill this guy with a long-range suppressed SMG. Did not work. But then we just kind of kept fighting people.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
You're not.
Then I'm gonna reenact kicking your ass.
I'm gonna kick yours. And that's what I did. And then we found more people. And after all the shooting, another team approached, which was not good for us because we were actually pretty low. But we were eventually to escape to Tomato Town. But then they proceeded to follow us, and yeah, that did not turn out too well. We both got sniped. Game 15, I got a pistol shot immediately off spawn, which was really good. And that was the only cool thing, because there's a gray vending machine. Why do they exist? They're so useless. But we eventually wanted to leave the POI because we learned from the previous run staying in here was not a good idea. So we ended this guy's life by killing him before you could reboot. We found some people on the outskirts of Dusty, but we suck at shooting, so we did not actually do any damage to them. So we headed over to Tomato Town, where we basically just killed another 2 people. And then we headed more into Tomato Town, and yeah, there was a rock grenade happening here, so we did not last long. Game 16, and I landed on top of main Dusty here because going in the middle is not the best idea. We killed a few people, then this guy tried to get away. I kept chasing him, but eventually he got into another fight where he proceeded to escape, so I decided to just go back in. And then we had a gold vending machine, which was a really good find, so we just kept farming stuff until this guy had a different plan and got the match from us. Game 17, and it was the rush to this chest before this Miku can grab it, where another Miku met me there, but I killed one of them, and the other one was too afraid of the trap, so yeah. And then another one walked in, but not the teammate. And then I tried to push in to kill this guy, but other people had to land in C4. Game 18, and we actually decided to land in the POI itself, but this guy was hiding behind the trucks, and yeah, I tried to C4 him, but he had a little bit more. I killed him, but then his teammate escaped, which he surprised me completely through the tunnel. And then I needed to get a reboot, but he died. And also, there is a reboot in Dusty Divot's divot area. Anyways, we headed over to Tilted, where we very much battled multiple teams. And I also found Olama because, yeah. But eventually we got to finish off the fight by killing them. And then just more and more people just came to fight us. Which, then it was the final 2 people, which basically I tried to shotgun him and then AR him, but I used the wrong AR. But my teammate got the shot, allowing us to get the second win. Game 19, and I found a llama directly in the divot, which was actually pretty lucky. Then I just went in here to see what vending machine type, and it was the most useless vending machine. But you know what's not useless? A gold rocket, which was kind of a real W. Then I proceeded to just get all the metal here because it's a giant metal mine. Then I proceeded to kill myself with a rocket as we went into the soldier, making basically all of us get killed except for the Phil teammate, which, yeah, what are you expecting out of this guy? Yeah, I'm not expecting much because he got immediately one pumped. Game 20, the final game of Dusty Divot, and it kind of went very basic, but I had an absolutely clutch this game. There was only one guy, I was left on 7 HP, and it was only this guy, and then I immediately one-pumped him when he tried to jump out. So I proceeded to go revive my teammate, and the best thing, he had a campfire, but he placed it very wrongly, so I died by the campfire. But don't worry, this didn't end the game. We had heals, we had everything, but then we kind of realized Dusty doesn't really have much here except for the cool rock, so we proceeded to just kind of leave and go fight people, which we found some people near Risky in Tomato Town, which we proceeded to kill them. Then we went over to Wailing Woods where we found the bunker, which I can just go look right through, and then we scrub-a-dubbed, odd, and then we headed over to Holy Lodge, where we proceeded to get absolutely pummeled by this psycho. And now, let's go on to the final verdict. That brings us to the end of the 20 drops at Dusty Divot. In total, over the 20 games, we got 140 kills and 3 wins. Not bad for 20 drops. Dusty Divot is a nice location, but I would not suggest going there too often, since the chest and loot spawns are very low. But the thing on the plus side is you get a lot of metal from the POI, and that can be really good for endgame. To wrap things up, I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to make sure to see more of my content. And I'll see you again really soon, Fortnite fans.